Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Jeannie and it's Jeannie's signature. So today I'll be making these female joggers with a band on the waist area and then on the ankle areas respectively. I made use of a joggers band. Yeah, you can make use of your normal elastic, but I think this comes out way more beautiful than the normal elastic. So if this is what you're interested in, this tutorial is less than 15 minutes. So if this is what you're interested in, please kindly watch till the end and don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and don't forget to share, and kindly watch till the end. Thank you all, and let's get started. So this is like cutting your just normal trouser. So if you feel that you don't understand what I did here, you can just check out my tutorials on how to cut a trouser. So for this trouser, I folded into two, taking into consideration my thigh measurement, which is always divided by 2, and then you had 1 inch for sewing allowance. So that's how you get what you have on the table. So the first line that I'm marking right there, I placed 2 inches above my waist area and I marked my hip line. And of course, the next line that I'm marking now is the crotch depth, which is usually gotten by dividing your hip measurement by 4. Whatever you have is your crotch depth. So that is the line I'm marking like that. So the reason why I'm using a 2 inches band, because it's the elastic band I'll be making use of is 2.5 inches. So by the time I remove half an inch, I'll be left with 2 inches. So that is why I'm making use of 2 inches for the band. So depending on your own band, you can make use of any height that your band is. So the next line I'm marking around that waist area, because automatically the first line is our waist area. I marked 1 inches inwards because I want to give this trouser a little bit of a shape, and at the lower part I'll be marking 1.5 inches respectively. So I'll be connecting my waist to my hip line, and then from the hip line down to that 1.5 I marked for the length of the trouser. And bear in mind, before marking all these things, I had already gone ahead to get out the full length of my trouser, and then I added 2 inches sewing allowance to that. So that is the line I'm connecting, as you can see, just to give our trouser a little bit of a shape. Yeah, I made use of a red chalk, so I believe this is quite visible. So right there on the hip line, I'll be dividing my hip measurement by 4, and then I'll be adding 1 inch for sewing allowance. So whatever I did on the hip line, I'm taking it automatically to my waist area. So I'll not be making use of my waist measurement, but I'll be making use of my hip measurement on my waist area as well. That is what it means. So I'm connecting that line, as you can see, and then on the crotch depth, the line that I came down with as my crotch depth, I'll be marking my thigh measurement divided by 2, and then I'll be adding 1 inch sewing allowance to that as well. So that is what you see me mark right there. And so I'll just be carving out my crotch curve to meet that. As you can see, just carve out like a C, as you're writing a C, and then you carve it out like so. So there we have our crotch curve. So I'll just go straight down to the length of the trouser, and I'll be marking my ankle measurement divided by 2. So whatever that is, you mark, and then you had 1 inch sewing allowance. Yeah, so I'll just be connecting from that my crotch curve down to my ankle measurement. Just rule out a straight line to connect that together, and voila, we are through with the front pattern. And so I'll just be cutting this out so that we'll cut out the back piece. So I've gone ahead to cut that out, and then I placed my fabric on fold again, and then I placed the front part on the back pieces, because we're about to cut the back pieces right there on the crotch line. I'll be coming down about half an inch and then extending my crotch by 2 inches. And on the waist area, I'll be coming in by 2 inches. If you're conversant with my tutorials on trouser, you should know that this is what I do. And then I'll be going up by 1.5 inches to make the upper part higher, yeah, the back part, because of the bum. And then the 2 inches that I came in with, I'll be replicating it here, like returning it, because I subtracted it right there. So we need our waist to be balanced. That is why this is done. This gives a perfect fit into your trouser, believe me. So I'm just going to be slanting that to meet the 1.5 inches and the 2 inches that I extended it with. And right there on the sides, I'll just be marking 1 inches all the way down as my sewing allowance. If you've watched up to this level and you have not subscribed, please kindly hit on the subscribe button, kindly like, kindly share, and kindly watch till the end. Thank you. So I'm connecting the lines, as you can see. And then I'll be coming to the crotch area so that I would extend my crotch for the back. So I'm going to be lifting the upper part first and then connect the crotch like so. Just draw the curve to meet the line that I extended the crotch with by. Yeah, so I just drew that line to get my crotch curve. And basically for the sides, I'm just going to be slanting that from the crotch curve. Just slant it to meet the side seams, as you can see. And voila, we are through again with the back piece. So I'll just be cutting this out. And then I'll cut the sides as well. Sorry, my camera couldn't capture the length of that. Yeah. And then I'll cut out the waist area. And then of course I'm going to be cutting out the crotch area. So you can see that the crotch for the back is always longer than the crotch of the front because that's where the bum sits here. So we have our front pieces and then we have our back pieces respectively. So you can see the difference between the crotch, that it's quite visible. You know which is the back and which is the front. So now in order to sew this, you just take your front pieces. On the crotch area, you just run it by half an inch. You just run it half an inch like so. That's the back piece. You leave about half an inch before. If you like, you can sew everything all the way. You do the same thing for the back and the front. And then I will be adding side pockets to these, and I will be adding side seam pockets, as you can see. I've gone ahead to do that here. I just want to show you how I'm going to be running it, and that is why I had to fast forward this. There was no need wasting time. So you can see that the trouser is sitting perfectly well as at the time I joined it. So what we're left with is attaching the band. And for this band, I just got out my waist measurement exactly. You know, we used our hip measurement right there. Because this is an elastic band, it stretches very well. So just reduce your normal waist measurement by some inches, probably 1 or 2 inches. Then cut it out and fold as so. And then you get it, and then you're going to be fixing it on the waist. That is why I'm showing you how I did that, even though it's in a fast forward mode, but you would understand. So run that half an inch, join it together, and then after you had run the half an inch, you can see you're going to be flipping it like so, and then turning it in so that the seams will not be visible. It will be hidden inside. So that was the whole essence of that. So if you feel you didn't understand that part, you can just rewind and then rewatch so that you would understand what I did there. So that is what I'm going to be fixing right on the waist area. So I'm quickly going to be doing this off camera, and then I'll be back to show you how it looks. So you just need to arrange it very well, and then you take it to your sewing machine and then you sew it all the way around. Later you'll be using your interlocker machine to weave the all places all the way around. So yes, you can see how beautiful it came out to be. It's very nice. It's looking very sharp. Yeah. So you can see how the waist area is. Give it like some kind of a gathers effect around the waist area, so that it will give room when you're wearing it. It will be easy for you to wear it. So we will be removing all those paper things later, because if you had removed it before sewing, it holds back your thread. No, not thread, like your needle. Yeah, so that's why you always leave it until when you are through with your sewing before you go ahead and remove it. So now I'll be pretty much doing the same thing I did on the waistline for this ankle area. For the ankle area, while taking my measurements, my client's measurements, I beg your pardon, I took it very tight because I knew I was going to be making use of an elastic band like this, so that it would sit perfectly, not that it will be too tight, like to be uncomfortable for your client. No, just take it in a barest minimum way of measuring or taking the measurement, so that your client will be comfortable while wearing the trousers. So that was what I did, and whatever that was, I had 4.5 inches, and that was what I used. Yeah, so I just did exactly what I did on the waist area. I replicated that for the ankle area, and this is what I did. So you can see that it's pretty much the same thing that I did on the waist area that I did on the knee area. So just run it like so, half an inch on both sides, so that the sewing or the seams will be hidden. So you want to have a neat finished job like so. So I'll be going ahead to attach it on the leg part like so, and then I'll be right back to show you. So yes, I've done that, and this is how it looks. So you can see how neat and pretty it looks. So like I said, you can just use your interlocker machine to just overlock all those places like so. So you can see our trouser looking beautiful. It's looking beautiful, neat and sharp. So we are at the end of the tutorial. If you enjoyed watching this tutorial, like I told you, kindly subscribe, kindly like, kindly share, kindly give this video a thumbs up, and kindly watch out for our next tutorial. And like I always say, this is Genius Signatures, and I'm signing out. Bye. See you in my next tutorial.